So here's Kevin. I just cleaned up a little bit so he can come in here without worrying about getting the flakes in his paws. I don't like him in here when I'm flint napping because he can get the flakes in his eyes and so forth. Right, Kevin? Right? Yeah, everyone wants to see you. It's been forever. Yep. Yeah, I can't take him with me to Vermont because I'm allergic to dogs. And there's not enough room in the van, of course. Right? Even though you're a tiny little dog, there's not enough room for you. Yeah. It's going to get cold here in the next few days. Or after a few days, it's going to start getting really cold. I'll bring him inside and he'll be in his kennel overnight. But he's an outdoor dog most of the time. Yep. All right, let's go out. Let's go out. So I was trying to think about what to flint nap next. I hope you enjoyed the no talk video. I know I didn't. Well, they're not bad. I mean, I can focus a little bit better, I suppose. And I don't have to spend time. I'm not going to do a director's cut on that one, on that last no talk video. I'm not doing a director's cut on the spalling. Where's my tape? I gotta repair my gloves with the old duct tape. But maybe not for this. Yeah, we'll do it in the next video. So I'm wondering what I'm gonna do for this video. I got stuff to do that's not related to any particular type of point. I don't know what to do. I think this is a hornstone. Yeah. I got another hornstone. Where is it? I got two of these hornstone little preforms or bifaces or whatever you want to call them. I'm thinking of doing something with these soon, like a little matching set. I think I have more hornstone, but it's different sizes. This is hornstone as well, I think. No, it's not. Anyway, I got other stuff. I got slabs. I got black butter obsidian or black butter dacite. This is just like mahogany obsidian, except it's all black. It doesn't have any red in it. But it's the same stuff as mahogany obsidian. Just, you know, the nickname is black butter, I guess. Black butter obsidian or black butter dacite, depending on how you look at it, I guess. If you look at it with one eye half shut, it becomes dacite. Or it's dacite and you look at it that way and it becomes obsidian. Moss agate from India. This is one of those India stones. I will nap this eventually. Fortification agate. Yeah, whatever that is. Did they build forts out of it? I guess so. So yeah, we got little slabs coming up. Maybe a lot of these need to be heat treated, so I'm not gonna do them if they're raw. Oh no. No, no, no. No, no. No, no, no. Can't make me do it. Okay, let's see. Oh, I didn't clean up well enough. Still got little cruddies down here. So yeah, I don't know what to do. I'm gonna have a batch of heat treat going in. When am I going to start napping? I don't know. Maybe I'll just blab the whole video. Yeah. I got stuff all around me that I can be napping, and I don't want to do it. Let me see. There's artifacts in a museum here in town that made of this stuff. Yeah. It's got that desert polish or whatever they call it. See that, how polished that is? There's artifacts with that type of sheen on it. I don't know what causes that. They call it desert polish. I think that's what they call it around here. It's a desert and it is polished, so it makes sense. I know what's wrong. I don't have my glasses on. Yeah. I can't think without my glasses now. Those of you that wear glasses, you know what I mean? Because I'm starting to get used to them, and I go into a different mindset when I got them on. And when I take them off, something happens to the brain. Yeah. Oops, let's see. This is a 2-glove operation. Yeah. 2-glove operation these days because I keep cutting myself on the hand that I don't have the glove on. Yeah. Why do I want to nap this one? Because I'm curious to see how well I can thin it down. Yeah. Because it's a pain in the butt. It really is. This stuff is high grade. Yes, it is. But it's some of the hardest stuff to get thinned down. If I remember correctly. Which is a stretch. Because sometimes I don't remember correctly. Yeah. What am I doing here? I'm trying to get a platform, but it's not working, so I'm just going to wing it. Yep. A lot of my platforms are improper. Do they have those in the archaeological record? Improper platforms? No? They're all proper? They're all deliberate? None of them are wing it platforms? They're all deliberate, huh? I bet you they are. You know why? Because they can't differentiate between those that are haphazard and improper from those that are proper, or, you know, prepared to a satisfactory extent. Do they classify those platforms that may not have been prepared to the satisfaction of the napper? He just kind of went with it and winged it. I don't think they've classified those, because they can't. And they say they know all kinds of things about Flintknapping. Yeah. There's no way to know which platforms are proper and which ones are not. But they classify them as faceted or multifaceted, or I don't know, unfaceted, multifaceted. They have some way to classify the platform, some stupid ways, insignificant ways. They have no relevance, really. Abraded and not abraded, maybe they have those too. Is that a significant difference? Well, in that case, yeah, it's significant if it's abraded or not abraded. But is it abraded properly or improperly? Or I should say, abraded to a satisfactory extent, or was it an expedient abrasion? They don't know. You can't classify the satisfactory part by the end result, because you can make a beautiful platform and crush it, and you can make a really cruddy platform and strike off a really beautiful flake. So you don't know from the result if the platform is satisfactory or not, or proper or not. I say that they are. I say that I'm not doing a proper platform because I'm looking at the overall trends from what I've seen over the years, and my own observations of what works best and what doesn't over the years. And if I'm doing an edge preparation that incorporates everything I've learned over the years to be the most successful type of edge for knapping, I consider that proper for me. May not be for you. So yeah, I did have a conversation with someone recently that is an archaeologist. A short conversation. And he didn't, I don't think he was specialized in lithics, right? You have to specialize in lithics if you want to be an expert in artifacts and that kind of stuff. It's actually an anthropology degree, pretty sure, and not an archaeology degree. Or your master's is in lithics. I don't know what it is. Anyway, whenever I read a paper from a lithics guy, they like to quote Andrzejewski and others. Yeah, I've read Andrzejewski's textbooks a couple times each. I think I got 3 of them. 2 or 3 of Andrzejewski's books. I've read them. Reading Andrzejewski is like watching the guy shoot a target, and he hits around the bullseye, right around the edge of the bullseye, but never in the bullseye. Gets real close. There's no real, outliers. The arrows are all around the bullseye, but never in it. That's what it's like to read Andrzejewski. Yeah, he can observe what's going on and he can come up with some concepts, but he doesn't hit the bullseye. He just hits around it. That's how I explain to people what it's like to read his books. You're not going to get the story, the full story. You're not even going to get the mindset of Flintknapping. Flintknapping is more than just a distraction. It can give you insights into who you are as a living organism. Who are you? What are you? What is humanity? It'll give you insight into who you are and the workings of the universe, believe it or not. Yeah. What are some examples? Well, I talk about determinism sometimes. Determinism is basically you don't really choose. In a nutshell, you're not choosing. You're just going through the motions and something else is choosing your activities. You don't have free will. I mean, you don't have a choice. You don't have choices. You think you do, but you don't really. You know, determinism in a nutshell is, you know, there is no choice. The universe is going in one way and that's it. There is no opportunity to do something else. It looks like there might be, but there isn't. Blah, blah, blah. I'm sure you all know. You just go to Reddit or something. You'll see the determinists living there like urchins on the seafloor. Yeah. And I chose those words specifically. Urchins and barnacles. Those people that are denizens of Reddit and other forums. They live there continuously. That's where they live. Urchins and barnacles. Yeah. They'll tell you all about determinism. Because they're authoritarians. Oh, yeah. Authoritarians love determinism. Gives them an excuse to say, what are you talking about? You don't have a choice. You choice fetish people. Think you're free to choose? You are not free to choose. That's what they will say. And they will like it. They will like not having a choice. So how does Flintknapping disprove that? Well, kind of in an indirect way. If you find a flint-knapped object from the past, we know it's not made by nature. You know, it has to be a human that made it, or an alien, right? Yep. An alien or a human. Something made it. Nature can't make it on its own. Or the deterministic aspects of nature, they cannot do this. So that's why you know that a human made it. But they ignore that part. You know, people who study determinism and insist on it. Yeah, they know that that's the way to tell that these things were made by humans, because, you know, they're not natural. Determinism can't make these. But then they turn around and they say, well, it's not determinism, it's psychological determinism. It's the way the mind works, and the mind is subject to determinism as well. Yeah, your thoughts are not controllable. There's no choice in your thoughts. No. You don't have a thought choice. In other words. Yeah, humans made them, but they didn't really have a choice in how or when or why. They just made them. Yeah, there's a test. There is a test that you can do. It's very simple. That proves that you do have a choice. I wish I had something to illustrate. Let's see. Do I have something to illustrate this concept of choice? Let me see. Oh yeah, I do. I do have something that can help demonstrate. I just went out and bought some of these little bobbins for thread, because I'm going to make something you'll see here in a little bit. Not today. I got something in the works. You know, I have a technique for making a sinew substitute, but I need to have these little bobbins to collect the thread on, because I do a multi-strand cordage that looks like sinew. Anyway, I wind up the thread on the bobbins. Alright, so here we go. This is the demonstration. These are identical. Identical. That's important. Those are identical. Hold on. Let me get this out of the way so we can have a clear shot. We're gonna just give you a little demonstration here. Just a second. It's not Flintknapping related, but it's just going to answer the little question here. All right, those are identical. Right there. All right, so in the eyes of determinism, there's no reason for me to choose one over the other. Whatever reason there is to choose that one, that's the exact same reason to choose that one. Because they are identical. Okay? Step one, right? Step two. I got to make a choice. Let's just say I got to make a choice. Which one do I choose? Determinism has no reason to choose one or the other because they're identical. But as a living being, someone with consciousness, I know that there is a choice to be made and I can choose one of them. Even though they're identical, I can choose one and use one over the other. All right? So I choose this one. What made that choice? These two are identical. There's no reason for me to make this choice, but I made it. And there was a choice to begin with because there's two of them. I cannot pick them both. I can only pick one. I chose this one. What is the implication of that? What made the choice? The self made the choice. You made the choice. The self is you. The thing that made that choice is you. That's you. Okay? That's what makes you, you. Your ability to choose that. So I just demonstrated that there is a choice, and it's not deterministic. There's no reason to believe it's deterministic. Psychologically. We know that physical determinism doesn't exist with the help of quantum physics and whatnot. But psychological determinism doesn't exist either. Now what has that got to do with Flintknapping? Flintknapping is choices, obviously. And humans didn't make the same point from the beginning of time till the end of time. They chose to make different styles for the same exact lifestyle. I shouldn't say exact because nothing is completely exact, but close enough. You can live the same exact lifestyle with two different styles of points. Why would you choose one style of point over the other when you can live with this just one style? Throughout history, you don't need any other styles. Flintknapping shows you that throughout history there has been choices made by humans. Because that's who we are. We are able to make choices. So are other animals. Anything with the life, anything that's alive can make a choice. You might say, well, how about plants and bacteria and yada, yada, yada. Yeah, their choices are limited, I got to admit. And some life forms are so primitive that it would seem that they don't have much of a choice. They follow deterministic forces, and then they're kind of at the mercy of deterministic forces. You know, they get pushed around by seawater. They don't have control over their position and that sort of thing. But there are primitive choices that have to be made. You know, they got to get out of the way. In many cases, they are equipped to know how to get out of the way of danger, or they respond to a threat by moving it away from it. And as the more sophisticated you get, you figure out the best way to move out of the way, or the best direction. Should I go left or right? What's the best direction to move out of the way? So I can survive, so I can live. And then you're playing strategies. As you get more complex, you can plan strategies. I can sit and wait for my food and catch it when it's not looking. So maybe I shouldn't say anything that's alive can make a choice, but life has the option of allowing choice. And the thing within us that makes the choice is who we are. That is me, that is you. The thing that makes the choice, that is you. And as you're Flintknapping and making your choices, you know that this is what makes us human. One of the things. Okay, boys and girls, that's the end of today's lesson. Did I do that off the cuff? No. I was thinking about that today. I think about that stuff during Flintknapping too. I think I was thinking about it a little bit during the no talk, but very minimally. I ate dinner between right now and that no talk video. Side note, my Wi-Fi is so awesome that I uploaded that 2-hour video in less than 15 minutes. I thought I would never say that in my life. 15 minutes for a 2-hour video. Right? That's what, maybe it was a little bit longer, but what did I do? I heated up some dinner and went to the car and got my jacket. I think I made some coffee. And by the time I finished the stuff that I was doing, I did a couple more things or whatever. Maybe I fed the dogs, I don't remember. That thing had already uploaded. I'm going, what the heck? This is freaking awesome. Anyway, as I was eating dinner, I was thinking about this stuff. What can Flintknapping tell you about who you are as a life form or living being? It can tell you we have choices, and the thing within us that makes the choice is us. That is who we are. That is the self. And there are denizens of the internet out there, people who live on the internet. They will tell you we don't have a self. Nope. Self doesn't exist. It's an illusion. Yeah, they talk about illusions like they're a bad thing. Yeah, there are illusions, yeah. Not all of them are bad. And not all that you think are illusions are illusions. The other day my son and I were talking about metaphysics. They're different. This is off topic now, I'm drifting. The definition of metaphysics is variable. There's different definitions for metaphysics, but the definition we were using was things that are outside of the realm of normal physics. What is outside the realm of normal physics? You know, this gets into spirituality and stuff like that. I'm not going to get into that, but what I told him, the way I look at metaphysics is that it's you know, not subject to the laws of physics, not subject to natural laws. The metaphysics are not, whatever is metaphysical is not subject to natural laws. That's one of the definitions out there. Well, what is not subject to natural laws? What does that got to do with anything? Well, for one thing, thoughts. Thoughts are not subject to natural laws. And I give him the illustration that you can watch a movie and a machine can understand the images are presented for us to see in a sequence, and there's language, and there's actions, and there's actors, and there's a scenario, and blah blah blah. But machine doesn't know what the movie is about. What's the movie about? What's the moral of the story? What is going on? What is the overall meaning of the movie? Natural laws don't tell you what the meaning of the movie is. You can do all sorts of tests on the movie itself, on the physical movie. It's not going to tell you what it is about. Tests are not going to tell you what the movie's about. That's metaphysical. The meaning of the movie is metaphysical. And he goes, Dad, it's a little bit difficult to wrap my mind around. Yeah. So I said, okay, here we go. There's another way to think about it is illusions. Let's get back to illusion. You know, I'm doing this on purpose. I'm getting back to the subject of illusions. Illusions are metaphysical because you're imagining something or you're seeing something that doesn't exist. Can a machine see something that doesn't exist and understand it later on that that the machine was seeing something that didn't exist? I mean, if you're looking at something that doesn't exist, it's plain and simple metaphysical. It's not governed by the laws of physics because it doesn't exist. And yet, you see it in your thoughts. You might say, well, the thoughts exist. Yeah, they exist. But they're not subject to the laws of physics. The laws of physics bring about the thoughts and provide the structure so that the thoughts can operate. But they don't have any say in what you can imagine or what you understand or don't understand. Yeah. You know, oh yeah, I got in the car, I traveled at 20 miles an hour, and then at 22.4 miles an hour, I understood the meaning of the movie due to the velocity that I was traveling. Because my understanding is determined by the laws of physics. Yeah. No, you never say that. You're never going to say something like that. Because it's stupid. And kind of funny. The laws of physics don't influence your... Well, I shouldn't say influence. They don't... they don't govern your imagination. Imagination is something that exists in a life form. Something that's alive. Yeah. Life forms allow us to experience the metaphysical. We can look at it that way too. Alright, so I'm just kind of goofing so I can talk. But I'm just going to leave it this way. I've been making bifaces and bifaces and bifaces. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sell some of these. I'm going to sell a bunch of bifaces in the auction, and I'm going to include some flakes with the bifaces this time around. You know what I mean? This was the last one. Yeah, I think that was the last one. I'm going to include a flake with it. I'm going to include some flakes with this one. Well, maybe not some. I'll include this one so you can see the sheen. Yeah. One flake, one biface. And, yeah, I think that's it for this video. My typical 30-minute video. Feels good. Feels good to take a break after 30 minutes. I don't know if I should keep that one. It's a choice. Do I or do I not? Do I or do I not? I do. I will. I like some of these for arrowheads. Although they're tiny, tiny, tiny. I'd still like it. Yellow's my favorite. In case you don't know, you guys. You know? In case you don't know. Yellow's my favorite arrowhead color. Orange too, I think. Or orangey. Not bright orange. I don't like bright orange or anything like that. Bright colors, but the orangey looking. I mean, not yellowish looking. Oh, and I like the bluish gray too. Oh yes, the bluish gray and the yellow gray. All right, I think I'm going to nap off camera so I can get a bunch more done tonight. It's getting really late, so I need to start the heat treat and set up all my stuff that I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'll be videoing again. Will be videoing again tomorrow. How's that? All right, that's it.